order at 6:01. First order of business, roll call. Councilor Montigny.
Present.
Councilor Ortiz is excused. Citizen member Provost.
Present.
Councilor Rivas, present. Citizen member Torres is on her way. And we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. Anything in there you want to correct or change?
If you need a motion, I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Motion from Councilor Montigny, seconded by Citizen Member Provost. All right. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor? Approved. We're going to move on to item 4, review the town manager's appointment of Michael Brunel to the Trail Committee effective immediately through June 30th, 2025. State ethics in good standing. Entertain a motion to the town council to recommend confirmation or take any action therefore.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Michael is, our rec director, and he just would like to join the trail committee, especially given the fact that we have the rail trail coming forward and all the other trails. So, recommended for appointment.
Any questions from anyone from the committee?
No.
Well, I guess as long as it's all right that he's a Charlton resident, then welcome aboard.
I believe as long as it's under, I'm still on the rec committee as well, but we'll discuss that in the next item. But I believe as long as it's through my position, we should be all good.
Sounds good to me.
All right. All those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Item 5, review the town manager's appointment of Bridget Bashon to the Recreation Committee, effective immediately through June 30th, 2025. Pending state ethics, entertain a motion to the town council to recommend confirmation or take any action therefore.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Madam Chair, as you're aware, Mike has been doing a great job rebuilding the rec committee, and I believe our conversation was he was going to step down from the rec committee to allow this Southbridge resident to take the spot. So
I'll still be attending them. We normally do them at the senior center already, so I unlocked the building and use that. So I'll still be attending them. It just gives space for another resident to get involved. She actually helped with a little bit of trick-or-treating stuff this year. She helped set up some donated Halloween decorations at the Common, and actually came up with the idea for a pumpkin contest as well as a leaf pile, which DPW helped out with, and the kids seem to love down at the Common for trick-or-treating.
Okay. Any further discussion? Councilor Chenier?
Maybe it's something to look into, the subcommittee, is to make the recreation director an automatic member like the Council on Aging. The Council on Aging, she's an automatic member to the Council on Aging. So maybe we should look to make the rec director a automatic member of the rec committee and add a member. Especially since Mike does, and then maybe make the recreation director an automatic member of the trail committee. Anything to do with recreation, maybe that's something council can have a discussion on at subcommittee in the near future.
Yeah, we can definitely look into what the charter says.
I'd be willing.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you. I just want to thank Mr. Brunel for doing all this, maneuvering and recruiting people and doing a great job and caring a lot about Southbridge Recreation. Thanks for sticking around.
Of course, yeah. No problem.
Anyone else? Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Keep it easy.
All right, let's see if I can get Brad on here. No. Oh, here it is. Okay.
So you can't get them on your laptop at all.
I don't know how to log into my Teams thing from
Yeah.
my work
Hey, give me a
laptop.
second, I'll be running that one.
Sure.
And send it to Kelsey.
See if I can call him with the old-fashioned way. Wish I had unlimited time so I can come in.
Hello,
sit
this is
down.
Brad.
Hi, Brad. It is Jasmine, Counselor Rivas.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
Hi. We are trying to set up the teams, but I thought I'd just give you a call and see if we can just have you present over like a conference call. Is that okay? Or
Yeah, no, I'm happy to. Whatever works for you guys.
thank you. So yeah, this is the Education and Human Services Subcommittee of the Southbridge Town Council. And so we really just wanted to get a sense of what the adolescent sexuality education program at UInc, what it offers, how you're working with the school district. And I wanted to get a sense of a little bit about how your program might be incorporating some of the new health standards coming down the pike through the governor.
Yeah, absolutely. I can share all of that if we're good to go.
All right, we're good to go. Can everyone hear him?
I can.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
I just want to make sure everyone in the audience could hear you.
I'm deaf anyway, so.
And if anyone wants to move up, you're certainly welcome to move up.
Stays quiet up there.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Brad.
All right, perfect.
Do you wanna
Well,
tell
first of all,
everyone
thank you
who
for
you
having me. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I don't have a ton of opportunities to interact with, other providers or other members of the town council. So I'm happy to be here. So as I've already been introduced, my name is Brad. I am the health educator with UInc. Currently running the Adolescent Sexuality Education, or ASE, which is just ACE, program at UInc. And essentially what my program does is two things. I provide comprehensive sexual health education to youth in Southbridge, and we also do youth development programming. So for the comprehensive sex ed, we partner with South Public Schools, and I go in during school hours. I go to both the middle school as well as into the 9th grade wellness classes. I teach partnering with the gym teachers and working into their schedule. I teach 6th, 7th, 8th grade, as well as I said, 9th grade in high school. We also work with the Southbridge Academy, as well as historically we've worked with a few other schools in the area, like the Girls School. We've worked with them in the past. Delivering comprehensive, fact-based, age-appropriate sex ed in the classroom during school hours. So that's kind of half of my program. The other half of our program falls under the category of youth development, which is kind of this broad category of kind of extracurricular youth activities. So it looked like, over the years, a lot of different things, whether it's drop-in programs actually hosted at UInc, or currently what it looks like is we partner with a lot of other community providers. So historically, we've worked with the Jacob Edwards Library, with the YMCA in Southbridge. Currently, we work with the Southbridge Academy to do some after-school programming. We are running a group where our focus is, it's kind of a drop-in group. We kind of just do crafts and hang out. We're with a focus on promoting wellness, promoting coping skills, generally talking about kind of like some soft therapy skills, kind of. But yeah, really, the programming that I provide is kind of this flexible network of really just addressing whatever needs are identified by community providers to essentially promote protective factors for youth. That's kind of the mission of my programming. So to your point of how our programming is going to change based on the new health guidelines that were recently passed, I'll be completely honest. For the most part, the curriculum that we use the Get Real Education, which is a curriculum developed by Planned Parenthood, and honestly, that curriculum has already met the standards that have been recently developed. So actually, my program in particular, ASC, obviously we're overseen by the Massachusetts Department of Health, and their oversight has kind of updated us along the way without having the formal guidelines. So how is it going to change our programming? Not much, because a lot of what we teach is already fact-based, comprehensive, LGBT inclusive, and expansive. So we're definitely going to be reflecting on kind of these new guidelines and adapting anything that does need updating. But a lot of what we're already providing already falls into kind of the new guidelines that have been offered. So we're going to keep on doing what we're doing because it's apparently already in line with what the state of Massachusetts thinks young people need to be hearing. So yeah, we're going to keep it up. So that's kind of a 5-minute pitch about what we're up to. I want to give the opportunity if anybody has any questions or if there was any information that was missing from kind of my brief explanation of what my programming is. I would love to open it up, and if anyone has any questions about what we're all about or what we can offer, I'd be happy to answer any of those.
Any questions from anyone on the committee, audience? Martina?
My name is Martina Shea, 163 High Street. I'm chairman of the school committee. How often do you go into the schools to do this training?
So so that's a great question. For the middle school, I see my middle school groups every other week.
Okay.
So rather than having their typical health class, I present for about 30 to 40 minutes from our curriculum. In the high school, I actually see them once every week. I'm there for an hour I teach 3 classes there. And so, again, the curriculum that I work off of, we have about 15 lessons. So over the course of the semester in the high school, I'll be seeing them about 15 times. And then in the academy, the Southbridge Academy, we actually, I see them a variety of groups there. I see them almost every single week for about 30 minutes at a time there.
Anything else?
So then they get it for 1 semester, is that correct? And then the
yes.
next group gets it for the next semester?
Yes. So ideally, I would be seeing everyone, essentially everyone in the middle school, and then all of the 9th grade students. I will say also, all sexual health curriculum in the state of Massachusetts, parents are allowed to opt students out of. We observe passive consent, meaning that all students are automatically enrolled and expected to go to my class, but parents at any time, for any reason, are allowed to opt their students out. So ideally, I would be seeing everyone throughout the school year, seeing half of the students for the first semester, the other half of the students second semester. But parents are allowed to, at any time, contact the gym teachers to opt their students out of any of the material that I'm presenting.
Do you have any idea about how many parents opt out?
I don't have exact numbers. I would estimate in the high school this year with all of our 9th graders, I would say that We actually didn't have that many opt-outs, to be quite honest. But in the middle school, I would say maybe 30 to 40% of students have been opted out of my curriculum. So it's an ongoing thing that we try to address, because obviously I would like to talk to parents and really get feedback about, why they're opting students out. Never with the goal of dissuading parents from making that decision for their youth, but rather just to kind of hear feedback. Unfortunately, as an outside provider, not being affiliated with the school, I don't really have a ton of avenues to directly talk to parents about that. But yeah, we in the middle school, there tends to be many more opt-outs than there is in the high school.
What are some ways that parents, if they had questions, that like what is, kind of like how can they reach you so they can contact you for questions if parents haven't been able to, be able to ask you questions about possibly opting back in?
So my contact information I provide to every student at the beginning of the year in our passive consent and opt-out letter that goes home with every student. Right on that is my email address, as well as phone number if parents ever want to contact me. They also parents can always talk to the gym teachers, who can direct them towards me, because obviously all the gym teachers at the high school and middle school have my contact info, and I'm happy to field phone calls or emails of anyone who has any questions about any of the material that I'm presenting. Per oversight by the Massachusetts Department of Health, I have to stick pretty close to the curriculums that I present and stay in fidelity with approved material that is approved by the Department of Health. I have a written curriculum of everything that I'm presenting, so parents can pretty easily access all the information that their students are seeing that I'm presenting in the classroom. I can pretty easily communicate what's being presented if parents reach out, if they are interested in learning that.
Any other questions? Anyone else have any questions? TM, any questions? Okay, great. Well, thank you, Brad. Do you want to just share your contact information, just because it's in your email signature, just so we can say it here in the meeting.
If you would like to, I don't know if you can present it or distribute it. My email is baliccio, BALICCHIO @sevenhills.org. Again, I'm always happy to talk more about my programming. If community providers are interested in partnering with me, if they're looking for a specific type of programming, I'm happy to develop that kind of thing. I love a craft. I love to sit around and chat with people, so I'm always happy to work on whatever people need, whether that is sex ed or not. We have the flexibility to provide programming about a variety of topics. But yeah, if you, Jasmine, if you would like to give my email out, that would be wonderful. I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has following this meeting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I know Maria just walked in, but we just had a presentation from Brad from Seven Hills Ewing Adolescent Sexuality Education Program, and he provides programming in the middle and high school to students on sexual health, healthy relationships, and also at the academy. So I didn't know if you had any questions that you were thinking that you wanted to ask him before we close out.
Actually, I'll review the notes of my rates discussed.
Jasmine, his program, you could relate, is approved by the Department of Health, but how about the Department of Education? How involved are they?
Good question. Did you hear his question, Brad?
I did not. If you could repeat that for me, please.
Councilor Chenier asked whether you mentioned that the Department of Public Health approves the curriculum, but he was curious about the Department of Ed and whether they review the curriculum, or what kind of approval you get from them.
So for me personally, I don't have any contact with the Department of Education. My program is overseen by the Office of Sexual Health and Youth Development, which is, kind of a division within the Department of Health. My best guess would be that there is departmental communication between the Department of Ed and the Office of Sexual Health and Youth Development. But at my level, I don't have like a contact that I was talking to at the Department of Ed. Our contract manager is just specifically in the office that I report to.
Thank you. Did you?
So it's really not his program, it's Ewing program?
Yes. So Ewing's is the program, and obviously Seven Hills has kind of acquired Ewing, and then the school has a partnership where they come in and do the sexual health component of the class.
So is it safe to say prior to the implementing of that programming in the school year, that a notice goes out to parents and they have a choice to make prior to the start of the program? So somebody's not in there and then midstream decides, parent knows before the program starts. Am I correct to understand that?
Yes. So his question was about notification to parents, and you might not have heard because it's obviously on a phone. But so Brad mentioned how there's a letter that goes out to parents at the beginning of the year about the programming and what is being offered to students, and they have an option of opting out of any part of the
And that's
curriculum.
prior to the start of the semester programming, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
So what are the ages that the program will pertain to?
Okay, great. Did you hear Maria's question? What are the ages? Is she-
Yeah, the ages we are 6th through 9th grade, and then that is in the middle high school, so that's, however old 6th graders are, 11, 12, up until 9th grade, which is, 14, 15. But then we're also, of course, at the academy, which is, both a middle school classroom as well as the full high school classroom. The 3 classrooms of the full high school range of ages.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other questions? All right. Thank you so much, Brad. I apologize that I didn't have my act together with the teams, but I appreciate you coming on and kind of giving us an overview of the program and what is being offered to students at Southbridge Public Schools.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. And just so I share his contact information on the record, he shared his email, Aliccio, ALICCHIO, at sevenhills.org. The number there at Ewing 617-866-1295. And he is the health educator at the Adolescent Sexuality Education Program of Seven Hills, Ewing. All right. And item 7, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Great, thank you.